Hi everyone. Today is the day after I got the massive dose of chemo to kill my bone marrow, and so I thought I would talk to you guys about the experience, what I experienced, and so you would know what to expect and hopefully what not to expect. Because I got pretty sick and I'm still having some issues. Um, so what happens to me, and this happens to me after I get chemo a lot, is I get these responses where my whole torso, basically my trunk, will burn out really bad. The pain, the nerve pain will shoot down my arms, my hands will be on fire, I'll be sweating out. I can't even talk because the pain is shooting up the back of my head. It's these bad reactions that I get to chemo that I don't want other people watching this that are about to go in to think it will happen to them. If you've had chemo in the past and you tolerated it very well, you will probably tolerate this fairly well as well. I don't tolerate chemo well. I've been very sick throughout my treatment, and so this happened. And so let me tell you a little bit about what happened, and I want to shout out, I have a wonderful nurse yesterday. She was so great. So in my video yesterday, I showed you the room tour and told you I wasn't really crazy about the room because it was near the entrance to the ward, and it was also at a crossroads where a lot of people going in all different directions would, meet. Well, and they were full, so I got what I got. Well, yesterday a patient checked out in this wonderful room that is off in the corner, and my nurse put in a word for me and got it cleaned up and got us into this room last night. So right after my massive dose of chemo, I moved into this room. And about 15 minutes after having our stuff in this room, I started feeling very sick. I laid down immediately. The burning in the back started. It starts between my shoulder blades where the most damage is from the shingles, and it goes all around and up and down, like I said. So I was laying here sweating out, feeling horrible, and then started throwing up. And my nurse, I'll say her name so you'll know who she is. Her name is Dina. She was wonderful. She came in, she was rubbing my back, soothing me, excellent. Another nurse came in. She decided a good idea was to yell at me and ask me where was I, what year it is, and all this stuff. Because I'm having a stroke? I don't know. But the difference between the two nurses was like night and day and absolutely crazy. So turns out that second nurse was, I believe, my night nurse, and she wasn't very nice during the night either when I had some incidences come up. At one point in time, she gave me some Zoloft IV and then some Valium, and that helped. And then later in the night, she asked me if I wanted more, not Zoloft, Zofran, not Zoloft, Zofran for nausea. She asked if I wanted more, and I wasn't feeling nauseous, so I said, no, I don't want any more because it really constipates me. And then about an hour later, I got extremely nauseous, started having an attack, paged her, asked her for the Zofran and the Valium, and I thought you didn't want Zofran attitude. And can you imagine having to try to advocate for yourself when you're feeling so sick because your back is burning out and you feel like you're going to throw up? Not fun, So I'm grateful Mark is here with me, staying overnight, advocating for me when I'm too sick to advocate for myself. So after that initial attack, I'll call them, where I was burning out, after that happens, and I sweat so profusely, I get the chills really bad for a couple hours after and have to be covered with blankets. So that happened once before I went to bed, and then I had 3 of those incidences during the night, which were pretty rough. I have not had any since about 5 a.m. this morning. I have not had that's not true. Since 6 a.m. this morning, I have not had an attack. So that's good, and I hope that it keeps up this way. Today, before I talk about what's going to go on today, the other thing that I have to do, once you get this massive dose of chemo, they should give you stuff to rinse your mouth out with. There's a couple things you get. You get a baking soda solution, and you also get an antifungal solution. And I've been rinsing my mouth out with those whenever they give them to me, and even had my husband bring over a little more, because the chemo that you get for this can cause a lot of mouth sores, and that's the last thing you want when you have to try to eat and drink to maintain your weight. So therefore, make sure that you get and you use those things if you're going through this treatment. So today what's planned is I'm going to get my stem cells put back in me at about 2 o'clock today. And evidently that's going to make me taste some really weird stuff because of the preservatives they put in the stem cells. But I'll tell you about my experience so that you can know what to expect for that part of the process. So that's pretty much it. That covered last night to today. I'm feeling very fatigued. Oh, interestingly, so my white blood cells were 2.5 yesterday. Interestingly, after that massive dose of chemo, they're at 3 today. So who knows? And I got a dressing change on my PICC line, and so now I can move my arm more easily. And if I have the energy, I hope to be able to start doing some painting and journaling today. So that's my update. I love you all. And if you're going through this with me, I'm praying for you. I'm sending my love to you.